Hello, and welcome to Tiki Tuesday! It's Tiki Tuesday, everybody. Our favorite night of the week. Hope you're all enjoying a nice, cool cocktail, nice beverage. Tonight, my drink is going to be the Blue Hawaiian, and that's from the Great Tiki Drink Book. So I put a link in the chat for everybody. So I have to give that a shake. Hopefully you can see the great color there. Blue Hawaiian, look at that fantastic color. Oh, it's great. And hopefully you have a nice cold beverage too. Something good to enjoy tonight for Tiki Tuesday. Oh, look at that. That's gonna be great. Just put this on ice. Good to see you, Whitney. Whitney says, woot woot. Woot woot indeed, right? Indeed, we're all ready for the woot woot. So, cheers to everybody on Tiki Tuesday. Oh yeah. Oh, those are so good. So good. I thought I was gonna have a treat for you tonight with some vintage glasses we picked up, but they're not quite cleaned up enough yet. Nice thick layer of vintage dirt on them, but maybe next time. But yeah, tonight is the Blue Hawaiian. That's from the Great Tiki Drink Book. So again, there you can see the recipe, right? Pineapple, blue curacao, golden rum, cream of coconut. Very tasty. Love this one. So, you know, and if you've got somebody who maybe they're not into the craft cocktail thing so much, the Blue Hawaiian is still a safe bet because with the pineapple, it just tastes really nice and mellow. And it only has one shot of alcohol in it, so it's not as strong as some of the other tiki drinks. So if you're just looking for one to relax on the patio with and entertain friends, it's a good choice. When he says, having an experimental IPA tonight after a hard day off beer, it's well deserved. Hey, I hear that. After any kind of hard day, right? Yeah, I'm lucky. I only had to do 2 streams today, so it seems like an easy day. And the earlier stream was really fun today. We were drawing Ghostbusters. Well, I will talk about our contest later tonight because it looks like we're just getting started. We've only got 3 or 4 people watching so far. But this is the 100th sketch that we did live on stream, and we'll be giving this away. So stay tuned. And a little bit later, I'll tell you what you can do to be entered to win this one. So we'll come back and talk about that some more. But without further ado, let's talk about our Okto-Tiki, right? That's one we've been needing to get back to. So the Okto-Tiki was an idea I had for a tiki mug. And he kind of got put on the back burner because we had... Tiki Tango come along, and I was working on the Tipsy Rum Barrel for them, and so Okto-Tiki, he just got a little bit delayed by a few weeks, but we're back to him tonight. Let's see if I can find a couple of pins here. It's the one I'm looking for. When he says, "See, I can't type. It was a day off, so a beer was well deserved." Okay, well, a day off sounds better than just a day off beer. Like, this is a day I can't have any beer. I'm gonna have a beer. A day off beer. That would be like a Simpsons episode or something, right? So this is our Okto-Tiki. I think tonight I'm gonna focus on. So we've drawn the front of the mug design before. So tonight I'm going to focus on working out some of the details for the sides. Haven't really put any thought, well, not any, too much thought into the back yet. And I've seen a lot of other mugs where you see the back of the tiki idol and you see some stuff. So it could end up being that that's what we do, but I also have some ideas for, there could maybe be like a ship's anchor or a mermaid or some other nautical thing to go with our like pirate chest. So we'll see. I feel like we're going to want another design element when we get to the back side besides just the back of the Okto-Tiki. But I think for tonight, figuring out some of the side details will be key so that we can work our way towards having all 4 views of this one. That's the goal anyway. So it should be a fun one. And hopefully you guys are having a good one too. Looks like we're getting some stray light onto the canvas here. It's not too bad. You know, it's weird. I do like day streams and night streams, and I don't change my lighting setup, but just the ambient light in the room changes enough that sometimes it kind of throws. It may not throw the whole thing off, but it throws me for a loop, because then I have to be like, what's changed? What am I doing different? I figure we could like emphasize the mantle of the octopus, but one of the things I'm not sure about yet is how much overlap we can have. I know on the Tipsy Rum Barrel we were not allowed to have very much overlap, so that's one of those areas where I'll just have to stay really flexible and work with the sculptor to see what they think works best. But let me know what you guys are doing on this fine Tiki Tuesday. The weather's finally starting to break here in Arizona. It still hit like 92 or 93 today, which is unseasonably warm. But then as soon as the sun goes down, it has been cooling off pretty nice. So we're like in the low 80s right now. So perfect patio weather. So we are looking forward to transforming our backyard into a tiki paradise. Hopefully in the weeks and months ahead, we can get going on that. I already have some ideas for where the tiki torches might go, and maybe like an Easter Island tiki head or something. Oh, that's a good one. I'll tell you what, those blue Hawaiians are so nice and so subtle and smooth. So when you are just wanting to relax, it's such an easy and fast drink to make too. And I haven't tried it, but I think you could even do like a frozen version or like a chopped ice version, you know, crushed ice. I think that might be pretty nice. I forget the name of the one that Christy made just a few weeks ago that had the crushed ice in it, and boy, that one was really good. I don't think that was the shark's tooth. I think that was something else, but it was a good one. So that's what I like about that recipe book. So far, they're all winners, you know. That's something you can't say for every, especially like a bar cocktail book. You don't always get all winners, so it's kind of nice when you do. And you guys know me, as I'm inking over the sketch, I'm not always following those lines exactly. Sometimes I'm trying to improve on it. Sometimes I'm probably not. But it's okay. I'm quickly learning that when it comes to these tiki mug designs, it's a very collaborative process. Hey, Tomcat, good to see you there. And so you want to leave a little bit of room for the sculptor to have their input too, right? So, and I know from other aspects of artwork that it's really easy to come in and be demanding and be like, this is my vision and this is what I want. And I've definitely been there with different art before, you know. But it seems like with the tiki mugs and the companies that manufacture them, the collaboration is much more rewarded than the sort of like demanding diva artist, right? So no need to be a diva. Not on this one, at least. Hope you're doing well, Tomcat. Let us know what beverage you're enjoying this evening. Working on our Okto-Tiki design. Gonna try to at least work out the two sides tonight. And maybe we'll talk about some ideas for the back. But yeah, so I'm waiting to hear back from the sculptor on the Tipsy Rum Barrel mug. I shouldn't say waiting to hear back, like it's all approved. Everything's moving forward. So just waiting to see what his sort of next move is, you know. Because I'm dying. I'm used to doing everything myself and, you know, getting everything together for like a printing company or something. And so this this is a new, fun process for me too. And to see how he interprets the design, and he's a seasoned tiki mug sculptor, so I'm sure he'll make it even better. And I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see what he does. Should be very, very exciting. Speaking of exciting, I think that Ghostbusters design I was working on earlier today, I might make that into like maybe a t-shirt or a pin or something. I'm not sure yet, but I had fun with that one, and I kind of know exactly how I would turn it into like a finished illustration from the sketch. So if you guys liked that one earlier today, I think you'll be seeing more of it. Tomcat says, to be honest, no drink yet. Had a pretty long day at work, so I'm all right for now. Well, that's good to hear. I mean, just sit back and relax. Let that long day fade away. Especially now, between the pandemic and the politics, people are feeling nasty right now, it seems like. My last few interactions out in public have been to almost like, come to the defense of or console the employees at places I've visited, because it's just like, for some reason, it's the customer ahead of me is always the jerk or whatever, The one who doesn't want to wear their mask or is telling the employee why they're wrong or some other nonsense. And I'm like, you understand this person's probably making, minimum wage or something. They didn't sign up to listen to your agenda and you're complaining. And so that's what the nice thing about Tiki Tuesday is, we can just escape all that, hang out, have a drink, listen to some fun tiki music. Or some tiki-esque music, I should say. If only the copyright police would let us responsibly listen to some Les Baxter and other good stuff. It's kind of funny, right? You can, you pay for your whatever music service that you like, and you can listen to whatever you want, but God forbid 3 of us listen to it at the same time, right? And I'm a creator. I want everyone to be, compensated fairly, right? Musicians, artists, writers, definitely. But I think sometimes the services need to figure out a better way to do it. Oh, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, Bad Wolf 626. Thank you so much. We're doing our Tiki Tuesday night tonight, so Bad Wolf, I hope you've got a cold beverage and feel free to chill out, and we're drawing some tiki idols tonight for a possible tiki mug. And we'll be giving away some art too later. We'll be talking about our contest for October, so stay tuned. Hey Tomcat, thanks so much for the cheer. 8 bits, really appreciate it. When he says musicians will starve if they don't get their 0.000001 royalty check from streaming. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I find it amusing. I call it the Hollywood accounting. I'm sure the music industry is the same, but since I work with movie studios and companies owned by movie studios, I think it was Hollywood accounting. They're very good at finding ways to make sure the talent doesn't get paid, or doesn't get paid much. And I think it's sad. So you guys, I don't know if this is a true story or not, but I think years ago, I watched some sort of a video or something about Sleepy Hollow, because I was doing some artwork about the Headless Horseman, so I went and did some research. And I should know this. I can't think of the illustrator's name, but the illustrator who illustrated or who drew the illustrations for the original publication of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That book sold so well that illustrator was able to like buy a mansion and was essentially set for the rest of his life. Because back then, the royalties were we'll just say fair, right? The writer and the illustrator received the lion's share of the royalties, and the publisher received their fair share, and everyone was happy and successful. And now things are constructed in a totally different way. So you are right, Whitney. If only I could talk about something that was going on behind the scenes right now that is completely apropos of this conversation, but I can't. And not just about me, about a whole group of artists, but... Hey, Quinch Press, aloha to you. Cheers to you, my friend. Hope you're having a great night. There's the Blue Hawaiian. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. Now, I probably won't spend too much time on the front of our tiki mug tonight because we've drawn that one in the past, so we know what it looks like. So we're going to be working out the sides, trying to get that to start to get some shape and form and look cool. And like I said, we may not get to the back tonight, or if we do, we might just talk about some ideas for the back. And let me know how the music sounds tonight. I know if the volume's good for you. I can always turn it up a notch or whatever. Quinch Press says, I'm still working, so not a great night. Oh my goodness, sorry to hear that, Quinch. You guys having a work emergency or just a lot of meetings or something? I know that you have a lot of responsibility and are in charge of a lot of things and people, so it doesn't surprise me you have some late nights. Solving the world's problems, as it were. But guys, I have to tell you that I had a fan contact me, and she had ordered some enamel pins from me quite a while ago, and they still haven't arrived. And so that's another lost postal package. And I have to say, I've used the postal service forever, and until the last 2 or 3 months, never had a problem. And I think that's like package number 4 that's gone lost. Chow Time says, I forgot what color is the tea going to be. Well, Chow, we don't really know yet. Talking to the manufacturers, they can normally split your run into 2 types of, 2 different finishes. Glaze, 2 types of glaze. So I think we'd been talking about that rubbed glaze effect, where it's got that white bone look, and then you can get a color rubbed into the shadows, or the crevices, I guess. So I think we looked at one of those on here a while ago. So we'd probably do half the run as the rubbed glaze. And then the other half is a color. We had looked at maybe like a aquatic greeny kind of color or something, but we're not sure yet. We'll see. But I'm always open to suggestion on that kind of stuff. Now, it could be multicolor, but that gets really, really expensive really fast. So we would just have to wait and see, what happens. Or maybe if we do it as a Kickstarter, maybe we have a multicolor as like a stretch goal or something. But I have to find out if we have to increase the print run or the production run for that. So, but usually you can split the production run in half and do two different, one main and one variation. So, but I think we're looking at the rubbed glaze as one of the 2 choices. Whether that would be the primary or the optional or the variant, I'm not sure. Chowtime says, we had an explosive get lost on a FedEx truck. When our supplier notified them, they found that package real quick. Yeah, I bet they did. I bet they did indeed. Luckily, this package wasn't an artist proof, so the items that the customer ordered are replaceable, but I do feel sorry for them. I mean, they waited quite a while to contact me, so they were trying to be patient. But at the same time, the U.S. Postal Service has like a time limit. Luckily, we were within the limits. That's fine. And I would have replaced it anyway. But just, now she has to wait, and I have to send out a new package and all that. Quenchpress says, we work in 3-week cycles, and though the cycle ends on the weekend when we update our website, today is the last day we have to test before we freeze the code tomorrow. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So some late night testing. Thank you, Blue Hawaiian, for making my night tasty. But yeah, chat, I'm not sure about color. Normally that would be one of the first things I think about, but I really have been trying not to get ahead of myself on this. I'm trying to keep everything really flexible. I know that this, working with sculptors is new, and working with three-dimensional products and production is new, so I'm trying to keep everything really loose on my end so that I can just adjust on the fly and not get uptight and all that kind of stuff, right? Chow time, redeem to hydrate. Thank you, Chow. That'll help me kill this first one off. Nice quote, Chow. You've taken your first steps into a larger world. It's been fun. I think Christy agrees. I mean, this year's been just so stressful for us, but it's one of those, like, it's so cliche, right? For every door that closes, another door opens, that kind of thing, but I would never have ventured into this world if I was still, working on Star Wars artwork every day. So am I bummed that a lot of my Star Wars projects are frozen or non-existent? Yes, but on the flip side, now we've had some opportunities to explore some new avenues. So, just trying to make the best of it. And I think I told you guys I've had the opportunity to work with this bakery back when all this started. And, in February, if some small bakery had called me up to do artwork for them, I mean, not from an ego point of view, but I would just been like, I'm too busy, I can't do that, and I got to do some really cool work with them, and it was actually like really fun, and they were really great to work with. And now they've called up and they want to do another thing, so I'm just trying to see those silver linings, and some days it's really hard to see the silver lining, and other days it's easier. Today's been a good day, so I'm very happy. And Chow, you can appreciate this. I'm used to living in this very rigid world, sort of about what I can and can't do, and I'm trying to be a little bit more flexible there too, and find ways to do more things. Whether that means not having my name on it, or offering it up through some other site, or whatever that means, but just a way to create more illustrations and get them in the hands of people. And it's definitely, if I had a little bit of snob in me before, I'd be like, oh, I don't like my artwork on products or something like that. That's something I probably would have said in January. And now I'm like, hey, if people want it, let's put it in their hands. Chow says, this year a door opened with hand sanitizer and a mask required for entry. Yeah, that's well said, Chow. Well said. You're in rare form. I appreciate that. I should ask. Hey, what? First of all, how are things going in Orlando or Orlando area? And second of all, what was the name of that tiki joint you guys were at? Because I think that I supported a Kickstarter for a mug that's coming from. I don't think they designed it, but I think they're like one of the sponsors or something. Because I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that this email I got is from the same place that Chow and Randy said that they were going to. Is it like Aku or something like that? If so, I'm pretty sure that I had backed some tiki mug from them and it's on its way or something, or close to on its way. Chow says, plus 2020 gave us sketch commissions and the eventuality of the Okto-Tiki. Yay, Okto-Tiki. And the sketch commissions have been fun. I wish I need to find more people that want sketch commissions, but it has been a lot of fun. And hey, let me just give a plea out for all the artists right now. If you are a fan of some artist, and they're offering sketch commissions or originals or APs or whatever it is they're doing, and you have the means and the want to support them, please do so. I mean, it doesn't have to just be me, right? Because I've been talking to more and more artists, and it's rough. It's rough. So, if you've got some favorites, especially coming up into the holidays, if you're going to be buying gifts for people, go spend a few dollars on my website and go spend a few dollars on Joe Crony's website and other artists, right, that you're fans of. Because, I'm lucky that I have a wife that has a full-time job right now. And so we're surviving, but there's some friends of mine that are struggling even more than I am. So into this holiday season, if you have the means and the ability to help support artists, now is the time to do so. And that'll be the last I say of that tonight. Chowtime says, oh, Pasha, never tell me the odds. Quinch Press says, and get paid the cash money. Chowtime says, yes, it was Aku. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got an email from them today that I didn't realize that they were the ones shipping it or behind it, but some tiki mug that I backed on Kickstarter. They're like, they're coming in, and we're going to start shipping them soon. So that's cool that they're working with artists and stuff. I know you said you had some artist signings you were going to come up to. Cheers to you guys. Round 2, starting now. Quinch says, yes, you did buy a mug from them. It's the one that Doug Horn designed. Yes, that's right. Chow says, everything is pretty much open. Most restaurants are open at 50%. They're in Orlando. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. Well, as long as, just hopefully everyone's being safe. I would say Phoenix is pretty much the same. Everything's supposed to be 50%, although I've seen some places, guys, I think they might be cheating. I'm just saying. I mean, I know most of them removed a lot of seating and stuff, but we definitely were at one place that they seemed to be fudging on that 50% thing. It's also really weird. We moved from Scottsdale to what they call the West Valley here in Phoenix. And so it's about 45 minutes away from where we were. And this side of the valley is definitely more of the like COVID deniers. And obviously, not everybody, right? But just more than what we were used to. So that's taken a little bit of getting used to. So more of the businesses seem to be really busy over here than where we're coming from. Where we're coming from, most people are staying home most of the time. We're doing carry out. or maybe they're going out once a week to try to support some restaurant or eating on their patio or that sort of thing. Here, it's kind of like people just act like nothing's changed, and there's lines to get in just about every place every day. So while I'm glad that they're saving businesses, I certainly can't complain about that. I do have a little concerns about the overall social distancing people are or are not doing. Chow Time says, yes, it was Doug Horn. Unfortunately, we may not be able to go because that's the day Randy's getting her tattoo. Yay, tattoo. Awesome. Tomcat says, yep, I bet a lot of them are my colleagues. It very well could be, Tomcat. It's been eye-opening, to say the least. Especially because when we were in Scottsdale, I really wasn't going out much at all, right? I had no reason to. And with the move, it forced me to have to go out and interact, with, different storage company and buying boxes. And now I have to buy things to repair the house and stuff. So I had to go, don my mask and go out in public a little bit more. And it's been a little bit of a rude awakening. Quinchpress says, Doug is from Arizona but lives in Long Beach. He does a lot of tiki art and has designed quite a few mugs. Several undertow mugs were designed by him. He's a really nice guy. Oh, that's so cool. This is where I say, I can't even aspire to be Doug because, I'm just tip of the iceberg on this adventure right now. I kind of want, some tentacles showing here, I think. Yeah. No, that's cool. And I have to say, I've only interacted online with one or two other tiki people so far, but most of them seem pretty cool. There's been a couple ruffled feathers, but so far so good. Whitney says, it's unfortunate we have sacrificed Grandma for the economy. Nothing should be open for public access. Oh, I hear Evan coming in. Whitney says, round 2, smoothie style sour beer. Ooh, that sounds good. Quinchpress says, hey, you can aspire. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't even gotten far enough to aspire yet. But yeah, I definitely think so. Hey, good to hear you coming in there, Evan. Thanks for joining us tonight. Always good to see you. I haven't looked up from my screen or from my art yet, but I bet you've already hit that hydrate button 5 times, but I will get there in just a second if you have. Oh, look at that. I was right. Hey, Bex. Good to see you. Long time no see. You missed our Ghostbusters stream earlier today. Okay, Evan redeemed a hydrate. Let me get there. This is already round 2 also. Okay, but it's the Blue Hawaiian. It's not that strong. Chow Time says, let me tell you, after doing my own tiki sketches, there's a fine line between tiki and kitschy. I think so. I definitely think so. Chow, everybody does their own thing, but let me tell you what I do when I'm drawing my artwork, my illustrations, is I ask myself, is this something I would want to put in my own home? So that's like my foundation for all my artwork. So, if we use Star Wars as an example, the design and the color and all that stuff comes first. And the pop culture aspect is almost secondary, right? Because I know I can make as many Darth Vader posters as I want and those will sell. But that doesn't do anything for me creatively, right? I mean, drawing Darth Vader is creatively fulfilling, but if I was just cranking out Darth Vader art night and day and night, that's not fulfilling. So, I have to have, something to say with the artwork. And so I always start with that, especially when it's usually couples are buying the art. So, both the husband and the wife have to agree they want to put it in their house. And obviously with tiki stuff, there's a lot of kitsch. There's a lot of flexibility and taste and stuff there. But I definitely think that still holds true. Is this something you would want in your tiki collection? Or is it just something you've applied tiki to? And then you may go, that doesn't work. But it's hard. It's a fine line for sure. And when it comes to Tiki, like, I got it when it comes to Star Wars. When it comes to Tiki, I'm still learning too, for sure. Like, I'm at the very tip of the iceberg. Quench Press redeemed to hydrate. Cheers to you, Quench. Tomcat says, hello, Bex. The Lord greets you, and so do I. And Whitney redeemed to hydrate. Gosh, you guys are on it tonight. Cheers, Whitney. And Child Time redeemed to hydrate. You guys are going to make me rush this second one. I might have to have a third one tonight. Bex says, I did. I had a class, doctor, and was interviewing someone for my Indigenous Theory project. Oh, cool. Tomcat's like, Lord Sean, that is. This isn't one of Christy's childhood church lessons. Hey, Evan cheered some bits. Thank you, Evan. 5 bits. Appreciate it. Speaking of Christy stuff, I really think that we need to turn one of Christy's childhood stories into like an animation. That's really high on my list of things to attempt to accomplish before the end of the month or the end of the year or something. But I think it's going to be one where, like, I don't do it. I think we have to, like, you know, hit up Fiverr, someone who, like, actually does animations all the time, so they can actually get done and look cool. But I really think that would be fun. So hopefully, I mean, like, if we could, you know, double our subscribers or double our Patreon members, I think we'd be able to do something like that. So definitely something to think about. Bex and Sean are saying hi to each other. Quench Press says, I'm not sure about the one big tentacle on the first drawing. Looks like he has a big bicep or something. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm still trying to figure it out too, Quench. Yeah, I'm with you. I know exactly what you're talking about there. Trying to figure out how it's all gonna flow. It's so tough. Chow says, wait, the man has an opinion? Most of the case, the women are the commander-in-chief. Whitney says, you look parched. Evan redeemed to hydrate. Thank you so much. Bex redeemed to Christy hydrate. That's gonna be tough. She's on a tennis court right now. But I'm sure she has her baby Diet Coke with her, so I'm positive that she'll be hydrating. Yeah, Quench, I know you're right about what you're saying here. I like this shape of this curve, but this is a little thick in here. Definitely something to work on, but that's why we got to draw these things out, you know? It's one of those, like, I don't know what I don't know about this yet. So, sketch it out, work it out, see what we like and what we don't, what we want to change, what we want to make better. Oh, well, the opening is going to be up top. Yeah, Chow asked where the opening was, so yeah. It's like got a curve, but it'll be open up top. Tomcat says, regarding that bicep, once it's molded, it might be in the right proportion to work as a hand grip. Yeah, I think this can all be worked out. I totally understand what Quench Press is saying, and he's not wrong. It looks a little thick and heavy, so, you know, but that's why we sketch. So I think the overall, like, concept is there. It's just everything has to be refined, right? It's what we learned with the Tipsy Rum Barrel too, so no problem there. Well, guys, I've got maybe 2 sips left in here before I will have to make another, so that may be just the thing that Evan wants to hear tonight. Evan says, how big is that? People with little hands gonna be able to grip that? I mean, it'll be just normal tiki mug size, you know, like a normal, like a little 18 ouncer or wherever they are. Cheers to you, Evan. Yeah, one more and that'll be gone. I'll have to take a break and make another one. Oh, Quinch has gone to make one for himself. That's what we like to hear. But yeah, I really like the idea of doing like some really heavy like wood graining on this. So it's like the tiki's like carved into the wood, you know? I think that would be pretty cool. I kind of feel like he's gonna look like, I don't know, I think once we get it all worked out, it's gonna be pretty cool. But that's definitely the trick. And like Chow, I know earlier on you had sort of volunteered to help with some 3D designs. And I haven't taken you up on that because the tiki manufacturers all have their own sculptors that are included in their prices and stuff. But especially if we're thinking about doing like a Kickstarter or something, you know, it might be worthwhile to hand this artwork off to you once we get some more of the details worked out and have you play with it in 3D and all that. I mean, you know, worst case or best case, it gives us just some idea of what things might look like, even if the final design, you know, is worked on by a different, or by a sculptor at a tiki company. So, you know, I haven't wanted to waste your time, but if you're still up for it, that might be something to play with. Chow says, I agree. I love the grains. Makes the tiki mug really pop. Yeah, and I think if we do like the rubbed texture on it, you know, could do that. Tomcat says, is anyone else swimming in the ink drops? I just keep getting the bonus ones all the time. Oh, good for you, Tomcat. You have to use those for hydrates or wait till Thursday and use them on Christy. All right, guys, I think one more hydrate. Bex redeemed a posture check. Thank you, Bex. One more hydrate, and then I'll have to take a break and make another cocktail. Evan says, make mini little tiki shot glass. That's not a bad idea. I'd really like to do some Mai Tai glasses too. Come up with like a really nice little tiki pattern. I think that would work pretty good for some Mai Tai glasses, but gotta finish this one first before I can think about anything like that. Tomcat says, done! Chowtime says, we work with our designer for 3D sculpts. I'll play with it more in clay for funsies. Oh, that sounds really cool. Evan redeemed to hydrate. Cheers to you guys. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go make a fresh cocktail, and we'll come back and work some more on these. So it'll be about, I'm gonna say 60 seconds, but who knows how long it's gonna take me to make the drink. So it could be a little bit longer, but I'll try to be back in about 60 seconds. See you soon. And I'm back! Oh, Evan redeemed hydrate. Alright, cheers to you. Oh, that's good. Evan says, are you there, Quench Press? I know he went to make a cocktail, so might take him a minute or two to get back. Because his craft cocktails are more crafty than mine. Right. These usually have 2 or 3 times the ingredients of mine. Yeah, I like this little guy. I think we can just keep working on him and make him a little bit cooler and a little bit better and craft the story behind the Okto-Tiki. I was kind of working on his story before we stopped to work on the other Tipsy Rum Barrel Tiki. So I've got to get back to that. And I've got ideas for Swizzle and all kinds of fun stuff we can do. Yeah, I think Quench is off making himself a delicious beverage, if I had to bet. Poor Evan, he might have to like find his own YouTube link or something. Then what would we do? Evan says, Brian, I'm going to request you make the drinks on stream. That could be fun. I could do that. To figure out how to get my setup conducive to that, but I could do that. It's like the one night that we were going to raid a bartender on here. I know makes kick-ass tiki drinks. He was playing video games. I felt so stupid. We raided his channel right after this, and he wasn't mixing drinks at all. He was playing video games. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? But yes, we could do some live cocktails. That'd be fun sometime. I could definitely see that. All right, let's. Evan says Quench must be distilling his own liquor. That's so funny. Well, I think he said he made his own falernum one time, so that's pretty cool. My sister works for a distillery. That makes for good holidays, I can tell you that. Quench is back! Well, Quench, I can tell you, Evan's gonna want your services. Although, you might need to hit me with one more hydrate there, Evan. Okay, I see it there, Evan. Pull it up in just a minute. I was going to try and talk you guys into giving me the Johnny Quest cartoon theme song. And then hoping that nobody would realize that there's no words until afterwards, which would be kind of funny. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Suckers. Evan reading to hydrate. Evan says, please queue it up. Quench says, dang it, I launched the link in this window and just lost all the chat history. Oh my goodness, how is that impossible? That's crazy. So it opened in the place where your chat was? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I've got a commercial. We've got commercial sign. Whatever Jessica Chastain's movie is. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mite was a matey sailor man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. Ship sets ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Island. Boom, we did it, Evan. Another week, another Gilligan's Island. It's like you planned it. Amazing. Amazingness. Thank you, Quench. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, everybody, for indulging me and Evan. Cheers to you guys. I don't know why that's so funny, but it is every week. I mean, I think it's funny. Evan clearly thinks it's funny. Thank you, Evan. Christy thinks it's horrific that I do it, but she's like, think of all the poor people that have to listen to that. Oh, thanks for the cheers. Thank you for the bits, Tomcat. I don't know what other tropical TV theme songs we could come up with, but Gilligan works just fine. Tomcat says, we got a notification that our elevated craft cocktail shaker is on the way. Guess we'll have to make cocktails more often. Heck yes. Definitely. Whitney says, I had to video it on my phone so that I can send it to Katie to watch. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah, I know all these tentacles don't quite make sense yet, but again, that's why we sketch it out, right? Work it out, figure out what makes sense, what doesn't, what's gonna work. My little 2D brain is trying to think in 3 dimensions. I was actually listening to an animator and he was talking about that, and he was saying that's like one of the first major challenges for animators is, you know, you could be like a fantastic character designer for a cartoon, but the minute you have to do your turnaround, it could be like, you know, game changer, because for some people it comes really naturally and for other people it's a struggle. And I'm clearly still at that struggle point, but you know, I know as with all these things, it's about repetition. If I do it enough times, I'll figure it out and it'll become second nature. Until then, I just have to be willing to make a fool of myself in front of you guys until I figure it out. That's okay. I think we all know I don't care about that stuff. Evan says, if I am ever not here, somebody will have to request it. Well, that sounds ominous, Evan. Beck says, wild thornberries is sometimes tropical. Oh, I'd have to watch that ahead of time. But yeah, I remember that. Quinch Press says, I should be able to cover you, Evan. Now you're just giving him an excuse not to be here, Quinch. Come on. Oh, speaking of which, now's a good time to talk about our contest. So this is the 100th sketch from our daytime live drawing streams. It's Baby Yoda and IG-11. They're on the speeder bike, zooming through, shooting down stormtroopers. You can feel it. We're going to give this away sometime during the month of October. And here is how you enter. Okay, listen up. Here's how it's going to work. If you are a subscriber on Twitch, you're entered. If you're a member on Patreon, you're entered. If you're both of those things, you're entered twice. Now, how do you get more entries? You refer people, right? So, bring people to this channel and bring people to our Patreon. And if they subscribe to Twitch or they become a member of the Patreon, we'll ask them who referred them and they'll say you and we'll confirm and all that stuff. And you'll be entered again. So, it doesn't cost you anything other than just word of mouth, right? So just think about it. If you bring 5 friends, you get 5 more entries. If you bring 10 friends, you get 10 more entries. And that increases your odds of winning the wee little Baby Yoda for yourself. So bring a friend, enter the contest, and you too could be a winner. Does gifting subs to people already here count? If they're not a subscriber, and you gift them a sub and they become a subscriber, then they will be entered and you will be the one who referred them. So you could do that. But just remember, we're trying to make this really fair for everybody. We're trying to not make it about who spends the most money. We're trying to make it about who brings the most people in. So in the spirit of that, do as you may. But yes, if you gift someone a sub, we will count it. But if they already have a subscription, that's not cool, right? It's got to be somebody new. We're looking to bring new people into the fold so that we can grow the channel, grow the Patreon, grow the Twitch. And remember, on Patreon, we have a level that's only $2. So it's not just about money, right? It's about getting people involved. Because as much as you and I love Tiki Tuesday, there's probably another... I mean, there might not be 20 more people that want to watch Tiki Tuesday, but there's got to be at least 3 more people who want to be here. So we just need to find those 3 people, you know? Now, if Christy were here, she'd be like, make that 300, but you know, I'm just trying to, you know, baby steps. Quinch says, I was going to gift a sub, so just curious. Yeah, if they're not already a subscriber, that would count. I'm just trying to be really fair because I know that we did a contest one time and it was about bits and cheers and stuff, and I was told that wasn't fair, so we're trying to make sure that we do things fair. So guys, I know we haven't talked about the backside yet, but I've seen lots of Tiki mugs where you just see the back of the Tiki idol, but I was thinking like we do something nautical, right? So it could be like, we've got this treasure chest, it could be like a ship's anchor back here with where like he's leaning against it, or some sort of a seashell thing or something. I don't know, but maybe something to tie into our nautical theme. So just throwing that out there, you guys can hit me with your ideas too. Quinch Press just gifted a tier 1 subscription to Bex. Yay! Way to go, Quinch. Congratulations, Bex. It's like Oprah. It's like, you get a sub and you get a sub. Bex says, thank you, Quinch. The funny thing is that I don't think that Bex and Quench have met in real life, but you've definitely both been standing at the same time, probably in front of our booth at Phoenix Comic-Con talking. Oh, Phoenix Comic-Con. How do I miss thee? Along with all the other Comic-Cons. And Star Wars Celebration. So sad. Bex is like, that's hilarious. Whitney says, scuba skeleton. That's funny. I was thinking about a skeleton earlier today. I once had a GPO climb up all over me one dive. It was actually really cool. I didn't like it when it touched my tanks though, and it stole one of my gloves. Beck says, basically, if I'm not doing anything else, I'm at Brian's booth. Haha. Bex is like, gotta check in at least once a day. Quinch says, yeah, I don't do the whole Bits Cheers thing, so I had zero chance of winning that contest, though I think it was fine for a one-off or occasional. If that was the way all the time, it would suck. Whitney says, giant Pacific octopus. There we go, nice to know. My only octopus story is I was in the Bahamas with a church group when I was a kid. Yeah, I know, Evan. This is not at all what's going to happen, the back of the mug. That's just like the foundation. A little saggy butt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is not going to be it. I can tell you that. Oh, so my octopus story. Oh, that's funny. Katie suggests the back should be a butt. See, I can't win. I don't know. One person wants it to be a butt. One person doesn't want it to be a butt. Maybe he's got a little crab crawling out of there. That could be funny. So I was in the Bahamas with a church group, and we were there to like help build a church or something. And we got like one day to go to the beach, and this is like inner city Kansas City church. So most of these kids had never been to the beach, never been out of the United States before. I'd never been out of the United States before, and a couple of these kids caught a baby octopus and put it in like a styrofoam cooler and brought it up into the shallows and was like showing it off and blah blah. And all of a sudden you hear people just screaming out in the water. And here comes Mama Octopus to come get her baby. And you've never seen people move so fast to A, get away, and B, to put that baby octopus back in the water, out of the where it belonged. Because Mama was pissed. And she was coming to get her baby, and she didn't care who she had to go through to make that happen. And you know, the baby was like that big. Obviously, Mama was way bigger. Whitney says, we used to feed hot dogs to wolf eels and octopuses until I realized hot dogs probably aren't healthy for any living organism. I think Christy says they used to feed raw chicken to the eels when they were in the Mideast and doing dives and stuff. Pretty sure that's what she had told me. Yeah, I think you're right about the hot dogs may not be good for any living thing, but you know, whatever. They've got to watch baseball too, so they get to eat a hot dog. Whitney's like, Evan says, hey Whitney, also they look like fingers. That's a valid point. You don't want to get eels used to eating something that looks like fingers. I think that's very valid. Quinch Press says, damn it, now I'm hungry. Tomcat says, we would put raw chicken in the crab nets to catch crabs. Oh, I can see that. Evan, redeemed to hydrate. Cheers to you, Evan. Thank you. And Quinch redeemed a posture check. Thank you, Quinch. Oh. Whitney says, true point, a few times there were orcas in the water, and I thought it would be so cool to be diving with them. Then I realized I look a lot like a seal, and orcas love seals. Yeah, I used to not be that afraid of orcas, but lately there's been more and more stories about them having sort of like iffy encounters with humans and stuff, and I'm really curious if they're, you know, is it their, some of their food sources have been compromised, or is it that humans are to blame? I don't know, but you seem to hear more stories lately than normal. Alright, let's go to the next shade. Evan's like, I'd rather die with a great white than an orca. Yeah, that's a tough one, Evan, right? Because, like, I mean, a great white is just going to eat you, right? You're done. An orca's going to play with you, right? It's going to take you down and try to drown you and shake you around, and you're a chew toy for the orca. It's going to toy with you. So yeah, I could see that. I understand what you're saying. I don't know. We'll have to ask Christy sometime. She's got some really good dive stories. I don't know how many she's told so far. But, you know, she was the only female diver and the only person without military training on that dive, and she was the one in charge. So when she was running the underwater archaeology in the Middle East, and they did some crazy stuff. So some Thursday we'll have to pick her brain about some of that stuff. Tomcat says the orca will take you to its Land World amusement park. Payback time, yeah, right. Welcome to Hominoid Park. Oh, did you guys see the new trailer for Animaniacs with the cartoon Jurassic Park stuff in it? Cartoon Laura Dern and Sam Neill. It's pretty hilarious, as they say, if you haven't seen it yet. I just hope the new Animaniacs lives up to the original show. That's all. That's all I can hope for. Yeah, if you haven't seen the new, oh, Quench Press says he hasn't seen it. Yeah, I think it debuted yesterday, and it's good. It's pretty cute. So they show the trailer and they show interviews with the voice actors, and they've got pretty much most of the original voice actors back. It looks like. So you know they've got Maurice LaMarche as the brain, and I think all the same original Warner Brothers and Sister 2 voices, so that part's all good. So it'll all come down to like the animation and the stories, right? I mean, we know the voice actors are good. Because they were good before. So it just depends on what sort of stories they're given to work with. Cringe Press is like, do it during the stream or wait? Well, I mean, I think you should wait, but that's just me. And we don't have that much longer. I'm just noodling around here. So what do you think, Chow? Should I send you like a photo of this to start playing with or something, just to get some ideas going? I know I don't feel like it's far enough along, but I'd love to see where this could start to go in 3D. I know we've really only got the front worked out, but at least we're starting to get some ideas for how the sides might look and that sort of thing. Quinchper says, I want to be drinking out of an Okto-Tiki now. You and me both, brother. I want that tipsy rum barrel too, man. But yes, Okto-Tiki for sure. I think it's really just down to details, you know? Getting those final details. So, you know, it's what I always say, like, it needs to be not half-assed. It needs to be not a copy of something that's been done before. And you know, it needs to have its own kind of original vibe, and I think we're getting there. Evan says, my wife says you didn't do your hydrates. Oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I missed those too. Gosh, I can't believe I missed that. Whitney says, true point, a few times there were orcas in the water, and I thought it would be so cool to be diving with them. Oh, yeah, I read that part. Did I miss those hydrates? I'm sorry. Okay, hey, cheers to you, chow time. So good. And cheers to you, Evan. This is the last one. This is number 3. I'm not doing number 4. That's it. Got a little blue Hawaiian froth on me. Thank you, Evan's wife, for letting me have more opportunity to drink. You guys, it's weird to me. This channel is still, in the grand scheme of things, really small, right? But I got screenshots from another artist, and he and his girlfriend they had this on their television while they were drawing the other night and stuff, and I thought, that's so crazy. It's so crazy to think about, right? So who would have thought back in March when we started this that we would be here today and not just doing, you know, I love doing sketch commissions. I'm not just doing sketch commissions, but designing tiki mugs and coming up with, you know, ideas for t-shirts and pins and different things. It's so weird how things have changed. It's just a crazy, crazy world. All right, that is 47. Let's get the 30. Quinch Press says, you said 3D, and in my brain went to Weird Al Yankovic in 3D. So, eat it, King of Suede, you lost on Jeopardy, while on the nature trail to hell. Quinch is like, yes, I do have an interesting brain. Well, that's one way of putting it. Interesting, in quotation marks. Interesting. Interesting. Quinch Press says, interesting. Well, I hope everybody realizes how much fun I'm having tonight, and especially earlier today too. Just been such a good mood today, and I really appreciate all of you joining me on this adventure, supporting this channel. Evan says, Weird Al Star Wars Quench Press. I was at a Star Wars celebration where Weird Al was the entertainment at the 501st party. That was pretty cool. And there was like Twi'leks. There were like Cirque du Soleil Twi'leks hanging from the ceiling on like special swings and mounts and stuff. It was amazing. We were hanging out with Billy D. Williams all night. And oh, you know, just a couple of little writers from a little show named Star Wars Rebels. You might have heard of him. He might be working on The Mandalorian now, you know. But I would never name drop, so. Back when very few people knew who Filoni was walking around and he didn't get harassed. Let me tell you, if we ever have another Star Wars celebration, that will not be the way anymore, right? He'll be mobbed up. Everybody knows who he is now. Is there a typo in there, Quench? Because I thought you were going for my Bologna, but I could be wrong. Well, what do we think, guys? I feel like we're starting to get these profiles worked out. I agree with Quench. This is a little heavy right here, but I like the general curves on this side. It'll be a little better than where this is going, but just need to work out the proportions, I think, a little bit. Oh, Quench says it's not a Weird Al reference. Okay. So, like, gave baloney instead of Dave Filoni. When he's like, I got a Quench Press. Sorry, right after the Weird Al comment, my brain went to my Bologna. My Bologna. All right. I think we're heading in the right overall direction here. You guys, have to give me some feedback. This is a little funky, and I don't think sculpting-wise that would work. I think we'll have to go like this. Will have to flow into here. It wouldn't be two separate things, but you win some, you lose some. Evan says, "How can you do the saggy bit?" Well, you probably weren't here yet, so I said at the beginning that the back isn't finished. Like I haven't worked it all out yet. So I won't be drawing the back tonight, but I think the idea is going to be to incorporate another element for the back side. So that we don't get just the tentacles, but maybe like a ship's anchor or some other nautical thing. So we'll see. You guys might have some ideas too, but work it out. I've seen the back of some tiki mugs where you do just see the anatomy of the tiki idol. It could be okay, but I'd like to come up with something more original back there. Tomcat cheered 8 bits. Thank you, Tomcat. Super appreciate it.